Hello, my name is Eve. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm doing a video on the new moon in Scorpio with the understanding that the messages here are ultimately timeless or eternal, especially if you have very strong energy of Scorpio in your chart. Scorpio rising, sun, moon, Mars in particular, because Mars rules the sign of Scorpio. But you may also have very strong Plutonian energy in your chart as well, because the more modern ruler of Scorpio is Pluto, whereas the ancient traditional ruler is Mars. Therefore, when we are looking at this new moon in Scorpio, we're bringing in the energy of Mars and also the energy of Pluto here. A lot of deep transformation and movement forward because the planet Mars is involved. Now, if you feel like you want to jump ahead to the oracle card reading and then picking one of your three piles to get maybe some more individually guided messages, feel free to look below at the timestamps. And when you do pick a card or a pile, if you feel guided to watch all of them, do, because I feel like all of the messages here are going to be very powerful, and you may feel like you want to listen to all three. However, if you're most drawn to one in particular, then it means that's the focus for you. Even if you listen to all three, you might find that one pile has a very specific message or focus for you. So let's look at this energy of the new moon in Scorpio. We have it coming in here on November 4th, 2021. It's a very interesting new moon because it's in an exact opposition to Uranus, to almost the minute. We have the moon and the sun aligning at 12 degrees Scorpio in 40 minutes, opposite Uranus at 12 degrees of Taurus and 47 minutes. So it's almost exact, an exact opposition here. Very, very powerful new moon here. And remember, the sun is the great illuminator here, and the sun illuminates and reveals whatever messages the moon wants to then bring to us. So look at the sun as shining the light on the moon, which then represents our deep emotional bodies and whatever might be going on at a deeper level within our being. And here we're focusing on one of the three water signs, right, which is Scorpio. And Scorpio is the diver. It's about diving into the depths. It's the surgeon that removes the cancer in the body. And Scorpio then is directing us to really go deep within to seek our answers and to not be afraid, because Scorpio invites us to look at our shadow. It shows us that when we look at and work with our shadow side, we can find the light that we are seeking there. We can find the answers we are seeking there. But Scorpio, in bringing us through our dark nights of the soul and our shadow sides, is also building our inner strength. It's building our inner courage, and it's showing us how strong we actually are. Because so many times we find out that we are stronger in a situation than we thought we were going to be able to be. And so this is a great reminder that you are stronger than you think you are. And opposite Uranus, that's going to be something coming in very fast, and it's in the sign of Taurus. And this could be something financial coming in very fast, something around business, finances, because Taurus is Pentacles in the Tarot. It rules our abundance, our physical well-being. It could be about a sudden career change, an opportunity coming in. And yes, on the flip side, it could be suddenly leaving a job or finding that you're no longer working for a certain company because they just claimed bankruptcy. It can show up in a myriad of different ways. Uranus and Taurus, though, is not only about the financial realm, because Taurus is ruled by Venus. So these can also be matters of love and matters of the heart. And perhaps in this beautiful new moon, there is a new beginning, not only within your career and abundance financial world, but also within your love life. Maybe someone or some message is coming in very, very quickly here. And suddenly, with Uranus, it's like lightning. We don't see it coming. And yes, I listen to so many different videos, and they're always saying, you're not going to see it coming. And I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe I am if I'm listening to this. But the truth is that even when we're listening, it's going to be one of those moments where we're so involved with something else, we've forgotten that it could suddenly find us unawares, and that's how it comes in. So understand, when I say this is going to be perhaps shocking, the universe will find a way to surprise you here, okay? Even if you think you're prepared for that surprise, as I'm laughing here. Now, the planet Mars is also in Scorpio, and both Mars and Pluto are ruling this energy. And Mars in Scorpio is in its rulership, so it's inviting you to take action. But because it is in a watery emotional sign, you want to make sure that the action that's being taken is based on the fact that you've really not only thought through this, but gone deep within yourself and felt it through, that you're listening to your intuitive guidance, you're listening to your emotional well-being, and what your heart really truly wants. Now, the other facet, though, with Scorpio and Mars is there's a strong electromagnetic energy, a strong chemical energy here, and there's a lot of passion and sensual sexual energy that can be afoot all of the month of November, and especially coming in on the eve of Halloween and Day of the Dead, coming right into the new moon energy. We may all feel ourselves being ignited by some form of passion, and we could end up meeting people where it's instantaneous, our eyes lock, and there's a deep understanding or recognition of a soul connection in that moment. But it can also be people returning to your lives that you knew you had a soul recognition with. Because with Uranus, it can be anything. It can be in the present moment. It could be something coming in from the past. It can be something right around the corner in the near future. Because right now, Uranus is retrograde. And so perhaps for some of us listening to this, the message is that this big lightning bolt that wants to find you is going to most likely occur when Uranus comes out of retrograde, which I believe is the end of January. So that means we've got 3 months, 3 more months here with Uranus in retrograde, where you can take this as a preparation time. Because remember, Scorpio, with Uranus involved, Mars and Pluto, it's asking us to really dig deep within ourselves and remove and release what is keeping us stuck, especially with Mars and its rulership and Pluto in Capricorn, which is also the ruler here. We're being asked to transform at the cellular DNA matrix level here. And to do that, we've got to recognize where we are feeling stuck, where we're feeling perhaps entrapped in something that's not allowing us to transform. I'm getting very, very strongly in this message here today. I keep getting a visual of the phoenix rising from the ashes, that of all of the Scorpio symbols, the snake, the eagle, and the phoenix is the one I feel really applies here, because I sense that we're going through this very quickly now. Mars just entered Scorpio a couple days ago, and the next activator here will be Mercury. Mercury will be entering Scorpio on November 5th. We had the sun enter Scorpio on the night of October 22nd, morning of October 23rd, but it was pretty much going through Scorpio on its own. So the sun energy in Scorpio wasn't being very activated. Now with Mars there, it's being very strongly activated, and then Mercury will give it an extra oomph as well. So be prepared for the rest of this journey here through November, because we've got some very significant astrological players happening here. Now, of all the signs, Scorpio and Pisces are the two signs that always invite us to look deep within our emotional, spiritual bodies to seek where it is we want to go. Because with Pisces and Scorpio, both of those signs are about continual renewal, revelation, reformatting ourselves, recreating ourselves. Those are the two signs of rebirthing ourselves. And this energy is especially potent because there's no new moon or full moon that I can remember that's in such a tight aspect to Uranus. That means be prepared, because there's a lot of newness that is coming into your life, and it could be happening very quickly, soon after this new moon, through Scorpio season. And remember, Mars and Mercury are going to keep Scorpio going longer than the sun will. So pretty much most of November is all about Scorpio. And we have a very powerful lunar eclipse on November 19th, which is going to start a series of eclipses across the signs of Taurus and Scorpio. We are thus getting prepared for this right now. So let me dive in to the messages from let's see, which is the one the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. Whenever we're in Scorpio or Pisces season, I really want to access the messages that lie beneath the surface here, because those two signs are about the ocean, about diving really deep in to find that oyster in the shell. So let's look at the guidance here from the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. What is it that we are meant to be moving towards? What is the helpers? What are the magical light helpers here, the hidden world helpers that are wanting to bring us some messages and counsel here? And we have the Secret of Camelot. You know, it's very interesting. Before I got on this video, or even pulled some cards, I was seeing King Arthur and Excalibur. And I was like, where's that coming from? Well, now we know. So secrets are being revealed. The secrets of Camelot. And see how the Lady of the Lake is holding the sword of clarity and revelation. But this is the sword of Archangel Michael and King Arthur. And she only bestows it upon those who are ready to truly lead the people into a new reality that's going to be more beneficial for all of humankind. So it's always a leveling up when we deal with this energy. But it's also telling us that there's some secrets here that are going to be revealed to you in this time, and that your job or your journey here with that sword Excalibur is to cut away the things that you do not need. Remember what I said, the things that are holding you trapped or feeling limited or feeling stuck. That is the sword that cuts it away. It's also about cutting away the old, cutting away the darkness, because Excalibur is only light. So you're shedding light on something in your life right now. So there's certain secrets I feel that are going to be revealed here. So let me read from this deck here. Within the Avalonian realms are many entrances and gateways, and this one is that taken by the Lady of the Lake when she must speak with the powers that are within the domain of Camelot. So for you, this can indicate that you will soon be having some important talks and conversations with people who are authority figures, mentors, those that feel like they're very qualified to speak on a subject. And so the guidance here is that you may look at them as an authority figure or a mentor, but what the Lady of the Lake is actually telling you is that you already have the answers within you. You are the actual mystic in this situation. the one who has the spiritual perspective and the mission to share the mysteries with others. And so this has something to do with looking at authority and how you view authority. And just because someone has credentials doesn't actually mean they have deep wisdom. All it means is they went to school. But if they didn't deepen that application and that experience, then they're not really a wise person here, because knowledge is not the same as wisdom. And studying in school is all about gaining knowledge. To become wise means you have to learn from that knowledge. You have to go deeper with it, and you have to access your own inner intuition and have experience that you're using that knowledge with to then build wisdom here. So I love it, because the Lady of the Lake in the Secret of Camelot is telling you that you contain within you great knowledge. Whether you're going to school now to deepen that and feel confident about yourself, whether there's things that you want to study right now because you feel like you have this beautiful, wise person, teacher within you, but you feel like you need classes or courses or mentorship, then that's the guidance here. You have the power of spirit within you, and you are taking that spirit, that pure spirit, into the place that most needs it now. So the other message here is this is time for you to take your messages out into the world. If you've been just working on yourself, studying because you didn't feel ready or confident enough, this is now your green light saying that you are more ready than you know. It is time. Now, the other message here is if you happen to be working in a place where people are not connected with their intuition or their spirit, or if you feel that your family is that way, that they're denying the gift of the soul, or your friend groups are, then you are then the undercover agent here, the one who enters the world to hold up the gift of the truth. So remember, the Lady of the Lake is holding up Excalibur, and Excalibur is ultimately the sword of truth. You are the one holding the gift of truth, the shining sword that is authenticity, the integrity that cuts through the politics, the one who shares the gifts of the Spirit, even in circumstances that seem to care nothing for the ways of the light worker. You must still keep going, because you are the light worker, you are the messenger. Your job is to deliver that message. It does not mean, though, that it is going to be heard in the moment you deliver it. It could be heard hours later, days later, months, even years later. But understand that message will find its mark. Okay, that is a beautiful message. So here is your mantra. I enter the world of the people to hold up the truth of the Spirit. So let's look at our second guidance card here. Open like the lotus. Flowering spirit, revelation, and maturity. What did I say about revelation through Scorpio? But with this, I'm getting a lot of the Empress energy in the Tarot. A lot of blossoming, that you've been in a time of great personal growth. And it's time for you to really allow your petals to open, to reveal who you really are to the world, that you have reached a level of maturity and wisdom. So that follows the messages from the Lady of the Lake, doesn't it? It's time to become present in the world. You have opened fully now, and you are now flowering. If, however, you feel that you have not reached this place, then it is time to contemplate this lotus and see what takes place when you, like it, fully open and bloom. It takes time to open in nature and in life, and we do so because it is our very nature to expand and open up to our full potential, to all that we are. It is in our nature to expand and open up. That is the message here. But the expansion that we're being called to do is an expansion within the soulful self, to keep opening our minds, expanding our hearts, extending our spirit, and unfurling the petals of consciousness until we are open and in bloom. All about us are these bright sparks of the divine, like the fairy tending to the lotus. These are our sparkling moments of divine connection, coming at unexpected times, reminding us of our sacred nature, urging us to go beyond what our world wants us to think of. Okay, so we're being asked to go beyond, to become the best version of ourselves, to go beyond what others even think you can accomplish. Remember, there's always more on this journey, right? When these moments come, there will be a brief, glorious moment of bliss that will help us continue on the soul's journey to bloom and evolve. This card is a reminder to be like the lotus, to open up, to extend, to explore your full potential, and to remember that where you are now may not be where you are being urged to go by your soul, okay? So there's a journey ahead of you. So the first card was about being a mentor, being a wise person, being a light worker, right? And holding up the sword of truth and of clarity. The lotus is telling us that we are now going around a curve on our journey, and that we don't quite know what's awaiting us, that who we think we are might be taking a sharp turn here, because it's time now to expand our soul journey. So let's look at the very last card here. Beautiful messages. The light dancer. Illumination, the radiant self, the shining soul. So this very much reminds me of the star card in the tarot. So we have the Empress, we have the star card, and the Lady of the Lake to me is the High Priestess. So we've got three beautiful examples of the major arcana here. The Light Dancer 24, number 6, and we are dancing into love. That's what I'm getting with this. We are dancing into love. Self-love and love with a divine counterpart, with other cosmic beings. Through reaching for the light that lies within us all, you are seeking to become a more loving person. You are searching for the oneness, and you are letting go of division. So this is a card that says that we are each designed to find within us the light that we see outside of ourselves. But we cannot do this simply with our five senses. We have to take in what the universe offers us. We have to reach for the light that lies within us all. And the more we reach for that inner light, the more we see unity out in the world, and the less we see separation and divisiveness. And in these moments, we will have pure bliss. And then when it departs, you will feel sadness again, as though you have suddenly lost that bliss. But as a human being, we cannot perceive all that is all of the time. You know, I was just thinking about this today, because I live in these places of bliss a lot of the times. You know, I would say I live there probably 65, 70, 75, maybe sometimes 80% of the time. But those moments where I find myself throughout the day coming back into that, feeling disappointed about something, or a last thread of sadness or disappointment or grief, or, this didn't work out. It doesn't stay with me long though, but in those moments, you know, I'm aware of my humanity, which is beautiful, because it just shows me that this is part of my shadow, part of what I am still releasing and actually bringing it into my wholeness, so that I can continue to experience more and more of these moments where I see bliss and joy and love, as opposed to separation and intolerance and hatred, okay? Remember, at any given moment, we have a choice what we want to choose to experience, right? Okay? So life has an ease and a flow to it, and we feel we could reach out a hand and touch the stars, and that's what we're being asked to do here. This moment has come to you, even if you have forgotten its power. So I'm here to remind you today to remember the power of reaching for the stars, reaching for what you desire, reaching for the light within. I had to remind myself today, when I had one of these moments, that I am a magical, mystical, cosmic being. And that is my ultimate truth, okay? And it pulled me right back up again. So I'm here reminding you to have these affirmations, whatever you need to pull you back into that place of inner bliss and inner centeredness, okay? It is here that we get reminded again of the beauty of the heart and the soul, of the relationship that we have with the infinite, of the relationship that we have within ourselves. And from this place, we can then build more positive, loving, peaceful, and joyful relationships with everything around us, right? So the light dancer tenderly touches us, tenderly touches what she can see in the hidden spaces of the universe and within your heart. So invite the light dancer within. When she comes to you, it is to remind you that you too are a light dancer, a being of the infinite universe, and you are as graceful, as aware, and as tender as she is. So this is your mantra. I am evolving into an enlightened being, dancing with the light that dwells within me. Oh, that is so beautiful. I got chills the entire time I was reading that. So now let's dive in to the different piles here. So let's see. This will be pile number 1. So let me move these out of the way here. And I just wanted to grab like magical things for these piles. I was feeling like in this Scorpio season that magic is really afoot here. So for pile number 1, we have the dragon holding a crystal. For pile number 2, we have a beautiful angel. Your friendship is a blessing. And for pile number 3, I've never used these before, so I'm very excited. We have a king on a horse. I love it. So that reminds me kind of the charioteer. So go ahead and take a moment if you feel like picking just one pile, or if you want to listen to all of them. And so this is just some extra guidance for you in this this new moon. So let me move away the other pile. So the first one is the dragon. Let me leave that right there. So let's look at the messages here. So I'm pulling from the Fairy Tarot deck by Radleigh Valentine. And remember, the Tarot is about telling us a story. So the first story we have here is the 3 of Summer. News worth celebrating, announcements such as weddings, graduations, or births, and friends that you cherish. This is the 3 of Cups. So it's about really celebrating your life right now, that there might be something that you're celebrating in this month, and perhaps it's a birthday, or you're going to be going to someone's birthday party or a wedding or an event. It's time to celebrate with like-minded others. The 3 of Cups, a beautiful, beautiful card of celebration. There we go. So that's one part of the story. The second one is the 4 of Winter, which is the 4 of Swords, that you may have been indoors a lot recently and that you're coming out to celebrate. Or maybe you're going back and forth. You're celebrating when there's very special events coming in, and then you're going home and you're relaxing and you're resting and you're meditating. Set aside your concerns for now. You can make a decision later. So this is also telling you there's no need to rush. Just sit with things, meditate on them, give them time. solutions that come from meditation, the need for more sleep or vacation. Well, that would coincide with the Three of Cups or the Three of Summer, because that's saying spend time with friends, have fun, right? And then we have the Five of Autumn. I just noticed we have 3, 4, and 5 here. Reach out to others for assistance. Okay, poor timing for career change, feeling challenged by money issues. Yep, the Five of Autumn is the Five of Pentacles. So it can be a couple different things. In this deck, it's not about feeling left out in the cold. It's more about being concerned about finances, okay? And so this could just be a message that you need extra help right now. Ask someone to help you. You might want to get a loan. You may want to ask friends to come in and just help you right now, or family. But it can also mean that it's not the right time for a career change just yet, okay? So maybe you need to wait just a little bit longer. See the Four of Winter, which is take your time, no rushing here. But you could be challenged by money at this time, okay? So that's just for a few of you. And of course, what was the first card was the Three of Summer, which is about celebrating. And maybe you really want to celebrate, but you're worried about money and spending time, you know, going somewhere for these celebrations. And so the counsel would be, maybe just be very wise with it, okay? And ask for people to help you so that you can get to wherever it is you want to go here. Now let's look at the last card, the Chariot. You know, that's beautiful. We end with a major arcana. Success that comes from dedication and self-discipline. Okay, I love the Chariot in this deck. And look at that, there's bees. Those look like bees or dragonflies. As the charioteer, I've got a lot of bird energy here, okay? So in this Chariot, it's pretty much saying, and this is the last card here, so maybe the message is at the end of Scorpio season, or perhaps the end of Uranus season, which is another 3 months, you take it as it applies, that you will be really moving forward very, very quickly. But this Chariot is moving forward because he has dedicated himself. He's put in a lot of self-discipline. So I'm getting for some of you that who chose this pile that the discipline you need here is around your finances. So as we go into the holidays and all of that, maybe just look at what you have to spend and start saving a little bit on the side, you know, because maybe there is a celebration coming in your future that you really want to attend. Or if that celebration is right around the corner, then when you come back from it, dive deeply and quickly back into your work so you can make extra money. Okay, so that's all about self-discipline, but it's also celebrating your accomplishments, being in the spotlight. You know, in the Tarot, the Chariot is about movement forward. So for it to be our last card here is very significant. It means the end story here is that whatever you've been dealing with, you're going to be moving forward. Probably towards the end of November, you're going to really feel like, okay, I'm ready, let's go, moving forward. And maybe for the rest of the month, be in celebration mode with friends, spend time with them when you can, be in rest mode, contemplative mode, no need to rush, and then really watch your finances at this time. But just know that once the Chariot comes in, you're going to be fine, and this is going to change for the better because the Chariot is a sign of success. So let's look at the last guidance messages we have here for this pile from the Magical Unicorns. Be a beacon, okay? Be an inspiration, light the way for others. The beautiful unicorns are amazing healing energies. They're all about purity and clarity of intention. Be a beacon. So that coincides with the Lady of the Lake, right? So the guidance then from the Unicorn Kingdom for pile number 1 is to be a beacon for those out in the world right now. So let me look up and see what the extra message is here. This is the card of the Way Shower. For you are a beacon, a light who illuminates the path for others and gives them hope. As a spiritual flame, you hold within your energy fields the keys and codes of the knowledge, information, and wisdom that you have earned on your soul journey. Without you being consciously aware of it, your aura reaches out and awakens gifts, qualities, and hidden possibilities in those around you. So when your unicorn illuminates your aura, your light sparkles, and your presence alone can lift people energetically and make them feel better. You will find that many are drawn to you at this time. There's nothing you need to do, just be yourself, for you are already helping many to wake up spiritually. Okay, this is a beautiful, beautiful message. And you know what I'm getting as I say this is I feel like the 4 of winter and the 5 of autumn have maybe been part of what you've already been doing, and that you're starting to move away from that, that you're coming out of your hermit mode from the 4 of winter, that you've already reconciled or worked through a lot of your financial challenges or questions that and you are working through it right now, and you can really see the light at the end of the tunnel here, so that you can do the 3 of Cups, which is about celebrating. With the Chariot, you can move forward and just recognize that what you're moving forward with is you're being an illuminator for a lot of people. You are a light in this world at this time. Shine your light. And perhaps you shining your light is going to bring you that extra abundance too. So you can look at it that way as well. That is a beautiful message. So let's look at the very last guidance here from the elemental realm. What are the elements giving you as the last guidance? They're giving you the element of fire, ignition. It's time. It's time for you to come out of hermit mode. It's time for you to ignite your fire, to shine in the world, because you have beautiful gifts, passion, and wisdom to share with others. And the world is awaiting you, is what I'm getting with this, okay? But in the middle of this, remember, you still need to take time for personal rest and relaxation and recuperation. And remember, with the 5 of autumn, that for some, and I'm having to tell you this because it's, okay, I know what this is about. Yep. It's those of you that are feeling like so much is changing and things are getting better. It's just that little part of you saying, yes, things are getting better. It's still very wise, though, and a good choice to really manage your finances with intelligence. Just because everything's getting better, maybe quickly, or you're reaching goals that you wanted to reach, doesn't mean you should run out and spend all of it, right? It's about putting it in a money market account, investing it for your future. That's the message I'm getting here. Okay, love all of you here. So for pile number 1, beautiful messages. And then let's look at pile number 2. Let's see, pile number 2 is the angel. There we go. So what is the story that the Tarot is bringing to pile number 2? We have the 10 of Spring. Ask for help from others, all work and no play, being weighed down by too many responsibilities. Okay, so with pile number 2, we're starting off feeling tired because this is the 10 of Wands. At the same time, though, it's the 10, right? It's the end of the journey. So you're reaching completion of something very important, but you're tired and you're feeling perhaps weighed down by things, that there are certain decisions or things that you want to finish, but you're not sure if you have the energy to do it. And I'm here to tell you, you do, but you don't need to do it alone. Ask others for help, because the 10 of Wands to me is about the hero, and the hero isn't on the journey by him or herself. They're on the journey with others. So you don't need to do this alone. So we're coming out of the 10 of Wands. We're completing something or releasing a cycle in our life, right? Some cycle in our life is ending, and we need a little bit of time perhaps to recuperate. But the second card is the Empress. I love it because the Ten of Wands was necessary for the Empress, a time to take action. The power of creativity, success that allows for a life of luxury. So without that Ten of Wands, you may not have become the Empress. You know, the Empress she has everything. She has her kingdom now. I love it. The message here, a lot of beautiful financial messages here around abundance, success, creativity. And it's about achievement. So for this pile, I'm getting a lot of success and achievement, but you're a little tired, and you may not be quite at the finish line yet, but very close to it. And for others, you are completing it, you are walking away, or you have already. So let's continue with the messages of the Tarot. We have the Six of Spring, and that's the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is always about success. Wonderful news is on its way. Smart choices that bring rewards, success, and public recognition. Yeah, that is a beautiful message. So yeah, that goes along with the Empress. You're bringing in success and you're getting recognized for it, okay? It's a wonderful time to feel really good about yourself. We have two Wands cards here. So I'm feeling with pile number two that you may have a lot of fire energy in your chart, or you're strongly ruled by Venus, which is Libra and Taurus. But Venus may be prominent in your chart, even if you're not a Libra or a Taurus, okay? So wonderful messages of success, achievement, and movement forward. And the last card is the Eight of Summer. Yeah, see, we started with the Ten of Wands and we end with the Eight of Summer. So you creating this beautiful kingdom and having this success and achievement and rewards is because you had to walk away from something. Because you desire a more meaningful life, realizing that it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. Yep, I'm going to put that next to the Ten of Spring because that's what it's about. You've completed something in your life. And the Ten of Spring, along with the Eight of Summer, that could be a divorce. That could be a divorce, could be closing down a company, leaving a job, leaving a home, leaving a relationship is the first message I got, though. And but I also got about leaving a job, okay, or starting a new one, which is beautiful because it looks like you're going to be very successful here. I love this pile. So let's look at the final messages of guidance from the unicorns. Oh my God, I love this one. The Cosmic Diamond. Spread hope and joy and illuminate the world. Oh, this is such a beautiful, beautiful card. I'm going to read the Cosmic Diamond because the Cosmic Diamond is a very, very powerful messenger. The diamond is the solid form of Archangel Gabriel's light. It shimmers with purity, joy, everlasting promise, hope, and clarity. A cosmic diamond is a vast, translucent, etheric gem of great power and grace, carrying the qualities of all the color rays. When the unicorns add their energy to this diamond, it raises its frequency to the 9th dimension. So in pile number 2, there's something about you raising your frequency. And it's because you're letting go of a cycle in your life and you're moving to a higher level. That's the message I'm getting. Now, when you receive this card, your unicorn in the Archangel Gabriel is placing a cosmic diamond over your energy fields to purify you and raise your light levels. The facets of this ethereal jewel will cut away the lower energies that still exist within you. Your guidance now is to call it in whenever you need clarity, hope, and inspiration. You can do this at any time, okay? So the two messages there are you are going to the next level and call on the diamond unicorn, the cosmic diamond unicorn energy in Archangel Gabriel. When any of these threads, like I was sharing with you that I was going through, that are still coming in of what you're wanting to let go of, okay? So the cosmic diamond is helping you here. And then the element that's helping you, the elemental, is air. Very interesting. We've got horses there. We've got a lot of horse medicine here. Maybe you were born in the year of the horse. 1966, 1978, 1990, 2002. I believe I got that right. So it's the element of air, motion. So you're in motion. Everything in pile number 2 is very, very active. A lot of transition and change I'm finding or feeling here for pile number 2. A lot of movement forward. Look at that. We've got 3 horses in 3 of those cards. That is amazing. A lot of movement forward. And you know, in pile number 1, we completed it with the Chariot. So in a way, pile number 1 leads us into pile number 2. Again, remember what I said in the beginning of this video of that strong Mars and Pluto energy, and especially Mars in its rulership in Scorpio. This is very solid action forward. And the horse medicine is a leadership medicine, but it's also a courageous animal medicine too. So you're going forward with courage and with leadership skill under your belt. Wonderful messages. So let's look at pile number 3. Oh my goodness, I didn't even realize this. And we're starting it with the horse and the king. Wow, and didn't we just end pile number 2 with the Empress? So let's look at pile number 3. Oh my goodness, we're starting it with the Emperor. Wow. Use logic and structure to increase your success. Get organized, a firm but compassionate leader. So in this deck, the Emperor is someone who's not only rational, but someone who's also intuitive. They're not only using their logic and their rational mind, but they're also using their heart. I love this Emperor because the Fairy Emperor is a balanced Emperor. So it's telling you right now, though, that it is time to use your logic, though. So you can look at the Emperor, and of course we have it right here on the front, right? So perhaps the Emperor is here to teach you that maybe right now you need to use more logic. Maybe you need to have more structure. If, however, you've been doing the opposite, meaning you've been embodying your rational mind and being very organized and planning everything to an extreme, then the message is the opposite side of this, which is dive into the Emperor's heart, not the Emperor's mind, and use your intuition now and maybe not be as structured, bring a little bit more flow into it. Because the Emperor and the Empress, these are very high-level beings, and they ultimately are about balance and knowing when they need to balance things out. Oh my goodness, and the second card is the High Priestess. So there's deep intuitive knowledge and wisdom that you're bringing in here. Trust your intuition. Careful reflection. Now, isn't that interesting? The Emperor is about careful, right? Really thinking things through and being diligent. And then reflection is the High Priestess. But in this deck, this High Priestess isn't just reflective, it's about having careful reflection before taking action. Insights that come through meditation. So she's telling us that whatever it is we're wanting to build, because the Emperor's a builder. Maybe you're building a new business, your own business. Maybe it's going to the next level. Maybe you're reaching a higher state of leadership in your mission or career or world, or perhaps in your family. And maybe you're becoming a father or a mother, a parent here, which requires extra responsibility. What I'm getting right away with the Emperor and the High Priestess for pile number 3 is a lot of responsibility here. And so you need to just as much use your rational, logical mind as your intuitive body and your heart. And you have to really think through things. Then we have that followed by the Six of Winter, which is the Six of Swords. Positive changes are on their way. Yeah, with the Six of Swords, it's in the boat. There's some kind of movement. Something's coming towards you, or you're moving towards something that you want. A welcome relief from troubled times, traveling or relocating. Okay, so this is one of the movement cards. And isn't it interesting how I had a horse on the top of the cards? So maybe you're traveling somewhere. Maybe your business is expanding and you're needing to travel for your business or go to new places. Maybe you're relocating. But understand, with the Six of Swords, they're in the boat, and the boat is moving slowly. It's not being in a mad rush here. The sixes are numbers of harmony. So let's look at the last. Oh, and we have an extra card for this deck, the Seven of Winter. Okay, there is a better choice. Okay, before I go forward, I want to say that maybe there are choices here. And maybe it's choices around who you're working with or for or partnering with. Excuse me. And you need to use your intuition. You need to really diligently not only think about it, but intuitively feel it through. Because the Six of Winter, you want to have movement forward, and you want it to be harmonious movement. And perhaps you have more than one choice, and you have to make a decision. All the sevens, like the twos, have something to do with decision making. Twos are more about making decisions. Sevens are more about confusion or feeling like you don't have all the answers or all the information, not seeing things clearly. So you need, no wonder you need your rational mind, but also your intuitive body, because there's something you need to see clearly here. And the last message is running away from the truth. That's the last thing you want to do here, right? You want to find the truth in this matter. And you know, with the Emperor as the leader, it means go out and find that truth. Get the information you need to make a wise decision. And the High Priestess is telling you, really listen to your gut instincts here. And then you will make the right decision. Okay? And I got actually a last card came in back of the Seven of Winter, the Princess of Autumn. So we're completing with the Princess of Autumn. She's the Page of Earth, Page of Pentacles. Studious, responsible, cheerful, can also be mischievous. Happy news about your career, promotions, or scholarships. What did I say? I feel like pile number 3, this is about work. I'm not getting anything here about your love life. However, you know, you could apply this to your love life too. You may be the High Priestess, which is Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer energy, specifically Pisces of the 3, but I look at it as all the water signs. And the Emperor is specifically Aries, but I also look at it as all of the fire signs. So if this is a question about your love life, whether you're male or female, there's water and there's fire energy involved here. And you may see yourself as more of the Emperor, more of the High Priestess, and you're bringing in the complement here. Okay, so if you're the Emperor, you're bringing in a High Priestess or moving towards one. And if you're the High Priestess, you're bringing in an Emperor. And you're going to end up as a princess. I love it. You're getting what you want. Something is paying off. Well thought out plans that go perfectly. I love it. Okay, but you might need a little push to get going. Okay, so it's kind of interesting that pile number 1 and 2, very clear that there was strong movement forward. Okay, pile number 3, I'm feeling like a need to meditate, maybe sit with things, really think about them clearly, you know, make sure you have all the information you need, you know, again, the book, do research, talk to people, ask the right questions, and move slowly here, because this is an earth princess. So it's take it one step at a time, okay? And then you'll avoid the confusion of the Seven of Air. So let's look at the very last guidance from the unicorn realm. Refreshing oasis. Nurture yourself and gather your strength. I love it, because this is the unicorn sitting in paradise. Okay, so something you want, you are getting. or you've already achieved it, but now it's time to sit with it, not be in a big rush, okay? It's time to really nurture yourself, rebuild your strength, take care of yourself here. Yeah, I was getting a feeling that it's slow, steady as she goes. And even with the 6 of winter, it is a slow boat, okay? So with pile number 3, remember, steady as she goes, and take the time to reflect, meditate, refresh yourself, nurture yourself. And you're leading right now in your life. You're a leader in your life. That's what the Emperor means. But as that leader, you need to take time out for yourself, right? So let's look at the very last elemental guidance. And the element you're meant to work with is electricity, wildness, okay? So you're building the electricity in your body and your being. You know what I'm getting from this, though? I'm getting rejuvenation, that you're rejuvenating yourself. You're bringing in electricity into your being to rebirth yourself and reignite your energy. I'm also feeling, though, that certain things might be coming into your life, like I spoke about in the beginning, in a very Uranian fashion, like a stroke of lightning. Your life is suddenly transformed and changed. And be open to it, because she is allowing that electricity to change her world. Beautiful, beautiful messages. Alrighty, everyone, sending you all a giant hug. Until next time.